A couple months back, I was on my way to Colorado Springs and I got a notification on my phone for a new video from Rachel and June on YouTube. I checked out the video. It was on a contest to win a free trip to Japan and I got pretty excited. The contest was this. You had to read and offer a video review of a book by a fantasy author named D.W. Jackson before January 1st, 2015. Now the reading, I clearly have no problem with. I love reading, but I've never done a video review. So I'm hoping to get some good feedback. Let me know if I should keep doing video reviews or what I can do to improve. Please let me know. I really appreciate everything you give me back. Now, if you're interested in entering the contest yourself, I put information in a link down below, and I wish you the best of luck. Now, for my own sake, I want to review this book. This is The Inexperienced Mage by D.W. Jackson. It is the first book in the Reawakening saga, a saga that contains 6 books total. It's set in a world that has been ravaged by war about 1,000 years earlier and many conflicts since, which has basically rendered all magic gone, at least for the last 1,000 years before the storyline picks up. Now, if that doesn't whet your appetite just to figure out what reawakening is going to mean, let me tell you a little bit about the main character. It is driven around the story of Mark, who was trained in a slave academy after being sold there by his mother. He is basically being trained to be a high-end slave that knows how to read and write, manage your books, basically think household manager, personal bodyguard, confidant in general, that sort of slave versus your average mucking out the stables slave. Very, very different sort of role socially for him, which only works because Farland, the kingdom that they're in, is a matriarchy where men are not allowed to own property or run businesses or anything of the such. Only women are. And it's a little bit of an over-the-top matriarchy as you go through the story. Now, Mark is the best slave at the slave academy, and he gets picked up for the queen to be the personal slave of the princess. Now, what that means is he's going to get a big fat brand on his forehead, which he doesn't want. Not all that surprising that he doesn't want to be branded. So he's going to try to escape. But his escape is aided by the fact that on the way to the capital to get branded and be delivered into the service of the princess, he gets attacked by bandits and he runs off into the woods. Now, he is trained, he knows geography, he knows how to get himself around, but he still manages to get lost in the woods, ends up in a tower. And in this tower he finds a couple of books. And these books have to do with magic. And he starts reading them and experimenting with magic. Now, Mark's name eventually changes to Thaddeus, but Thad, throughout the whole book, is basically experimenting with magic. Experimenting and learning what the limits are, what he can do with it, where he can explore with it, what he can and can't accomplish with it, where his points of exhaustion are. And it drives the story forward. Because he not only wants to experiment with magic, he also wants to accomplish some pretty noble ideals. He wants to protect the people he wants to protect. He definitely wants to stay free. And he definitely wants to try to help men and help magic users, or he wants to create some magic users for this kingdom. And he wants all of this while still trying to experiment around with the magic and use it for those goals. Now, to drive the plot forward in conflict ways, he is trying to be controlled by the princess. He is trying to be manipulated by lots of other powers. More than that, he has several people out who are unnamed in the first parts of the book that are trying to attack him and go after him. And he has no idea who it is. Add to that some over-the-top matriarchal action, and you get a lot of humor and excitement to drive the whole story forward. Now, let me give you my personal reactions in a nutshell. The pacing of the first book is okay at first, and then it gets really good. The rest of the books are phenomenal. The pacing kind of just drives you right along through them. In fact, I ended up finishing this one in about an hour and a half. The rest took me a little bit longer. I ended up finishing the whole series in just about 5 days, and it was great. In fact, I got so impatient after the first book because he tends to leave you on cliffhangers. D.W. Jackson tends to leave you on cliffhangers, that I ended up picking up the rest on Kindle because I didn't want to wait the 2 days, which isn't much time at all, for Amazon to ship them to me. So I recommend going ahead and just buying the Kindle editions right off the bat or getting all 6 books right off the bat. Amazon does sell books 1, 2, and 3 and books 4, 5, and 6 in package deals on Kindle, and so that'll help alleviate the frustrations you might have. It is a lot of fun to read, a lot of excitement. There's a little bit of frustration with occasional word choice issues, spell autocorrect problems, but those are often honestly just things that get wiped off the plate as you get sucked into the characters. Both Mark and Thaddeus, or Mark or Thaddeus, however you want to call him, and the princess, and all the other characters that just really drive this home and make this a fantastic bit of fun literature. In fact, my friends and I have a word phrase that we use to describe this type of book. It is called mind candy, because you just suck it up and you enjoy it, and you never want to put it down. It never leaves a bad taste in your mouth. So I hope you pick it up. I hope you enjoy it. D.W. Jackson, I want to thank you for putting on this contest. J-Vloggers, thank you for sharing about this contest. And everyone have a happy new year and give me some good feedback.